Fit like Abdi, Dannyman here, and welcome back to another episode of our little mini series covering the industries we're using in the Transport Fever 2 Around the World in Time playthrough. Now it's time to do the solo industries. These are basically standalone mods that just sort of add one building, and they work pretty much with everything. We'll go through it, and we'll go through each and all of them in just a minute. As we can see, I've got placed a little gas station on this fuel industry here, just to sort of give you an example of how the Freestyle Industry mod is so good. So that's the actual stockpile there, but you can place cars in here or like a tanker truck and make a little fuel station, and they will actually go and deliver fuel out to here, no problem. So that's kind of cool, and you can do that with any building, build up industries anywhere you like. The Freestyle Industry mod, the actual thumbnail for it on Steam Workshop is very nice. It's got like an industrial area with train tracks running through it, and it really does just show you what you can actually do with these mods. But now we are into the Freestyle Industry mod, right? So let's have a look here. Now, we have all our freestyle industries. We're currently back in 1850 because some industries do not unlock until later. And some of them you just have all the time. I think most of these are here though. We'll find out as we go along. Like, this is obviously way too new for 1850. So the first one is the gas station. So this is a gas station. Click that there. It's basically, this is part of the, well, it's in-game assets from the scenarios. So if you play the campaign, there are some buildings in there that you can use and build, and this gas station is taken from that. So I can't remember which mission this is from, but this is an American gas station. It should accept fuel. Yeah, it will accept fuel, and it outputs nothing, so you can deliver fuel there. It's all good, no problems at all. So that's a really nice one. Now that one is available from 1850. Now on to the next one is the circus field. Now the circus field is rather strange, and I'll show you why in a minute. So when you click it here, there it is. It accepts logs and outputs nothing. So you deliver logs to somewhere that's in range of here, and it will give you money. And I'll show you that they all work. I'll do the same as sort of this sort of offline. We're just going over them just now. Next on the list is the oil rig. So the oil rig, again, should not be available in 1850. It's way too sort of new. And I think this one might be the first problem. This one has actually crashed the game. No, it hasn't. It just took a minute to load in. So there are a few of them. There's this one. There is a larger one. Oh, it's taken a long time for them to load in. I don't know if there's enough room for all of them here. But this is by Dutty No Hands dub, I think. Yeah, this one's pretty large. Yeah, this is definitely a larger rig. And it's going to absolutely cover anything. But I'll let you see them all. So that's the standard normal one. Let's see. The other one is, the first one's like a semi-submersible. This one here is obviously a standalone. This one here, again, is a sort of standalone. But really, an oil rig should look like this. So you have your accommodation and all your buildings, workshops, offices in this side, and then there's the derrick platform for doing, and sort of space for laying down pipe, for third-party service crews to come in and set up their equipment, containers, everything stored on this one. And then the fourth one, which is different again. Place that. Is it going to load? Yes, it is. So this is, again, a different one. Yeah, so it's just this one's just a sort of smaller one. But you can sort of mix and match them. You can sort of join them together. It's kind of cool. Now, in order to get that to work, you need this as well. So oil rig cargo. So this does a little harbour. I prefer the buoy. So this is the buoy, right? You spin it round. You can make it go underneath here. And what happens is the rig should light up. Maybe spin it around. And it should tell you that it's connected. Right, it's connected right there. So that is made, that little buoy now acts as a harbour. And it's connected to here. You can get, I'll show it just off in, I'll show it off later. But that is the oil rig industry mod. It works really well. It is available from the start, but obviously in the UK and most other countries in the world, they don't really appear until later. Now what's this one? The dam. Yeah, the dam is a beast. Again, another asset from one of the scenarios. Again, different production levels. 2, 3, completed. There it is, right there, the dam. It's pretty cool. There's no picture, but that will change. I'm going to show you something, and basically the thing I'm about to show you is probably the reason why I'm doing this, to show you that different industry mod packs will interfere and butcher each other. So these ones have no picture asset, neither the dam nor the circus field. Kind of weird, a little scary at start, but I'm going to show you that that is going to change later. Right, so get the trading post as well. So the trading post we can place up here. It's another standalone. Again, this sort of works like Freestyle Industry. It just gives you a little area. You can sort of build around it, and you can configure it to do whatever you want. So we can have cargo in. So this can be trade, or it can be a warehouse. So you can actually just use it to store stuff, which is really good. So you could have oil in, and then okay, and then output. So this outputs oil. This is an input. This will accept oil and give you money, and trade is 1 in equals 1 out, and you can define what it is here. You can set employees, you can set the max yearly production, et voila. And a warehouse is basically you send stuff here, and I think it stores it, or it maybe doubles it. I'm not sure. We'll find out later when we come to the actual building of it. So that's kind of cool. Basically a Freestyle Industry, but with buildings on it. Now the reason I don't use this is because it's got these machines and tanks, which sort of ruin the immersiveness of being back in 1850 or post, or before 1850. It's just that some of the assets are a bit new age. Right, next industry is, we've done the freestyles. I think we're just on to food. Nope, we are not. So we have the goods conglomerate. So again, like the sort of warehouse, the trading post we have here, a goods conglomerate will just make finished items. Or can we? Yeah. So industry production, maybe try it at 1. Yeah, so it's got different levels. And this produces 6,000. Jesus. 2. Slightly bigger again. Configure to 3. Yep, it's got more buildings, and 4. Yeah. Okay, so this is basically, you don't have to input anything. If you want one of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 end goods that are shown up here, the rule, then you can come and collect them from here. Any vehicle that is equipped to carry them, it will just produce those things, an endless supply. As you can see, 24,000 is a lot. Now you could have this for something like, if you were building a port and maybe you had sort of like an off-world transport and you had a ship going back and forth, but it wasn't actually carried anything, you could say that this goods conglomerate is basically the goods that come off that ship, and use trains and trucks to pick them up and transport them. So you can do anything you want with it. You don't have to take every good. You could say, maybe if you just wanted fuel, send a couple of fuel trucks. Maybe there's a train that is hauling construction materials. That's how that works, I'm pretty sure. Let's go to the industries again. Now we've got the goods factory. Now this is goods without plastic. I think this is one of JK's. Now if we click that, now this just accepts steel and it will make you goods. No plastic required. Because one of the things that is a real hassle in Transport Fever is actually making plastic. What people don't realise is that your plastic needs oil, but fuel also needs oil, refined oil. So crude oil is made into... Where's my crude oil? Crude oil is taken from an oil well, sent to a refinery, where it's refined into refined oil, and then it's taken to a fuel refinery and produced into fuel. That oil is also taken to make plastic. If you load up a game, a brand new game, and you simply just populate the map with industries, you go into the map editor, you say place towns randomly, place industries randomly, maybe you don't have sandbox mode on, etc., which you kind of need, I think, in every game, whether it's you're playing seriously with money on or if you're just being creative. Yeah, what people don't realize is they do not have enough oil wells on their maps and enough oil refineries to create enough oil for plastic and goods. Now plastic can be used for other stuff. In fact, it can't. It can only be, it can be made for goods. So you can still make, no. Yeah. So this plastic, goods is the only one that accepts plastic. But if you don't want to go through the hassle of making plastic, you can just use steel, and that is exactly what this mod does here. So it doesn't interfere with this, as you can see. This standard in-game industry is still here. This has been loaded up and it's still there. It's an extra sort of viable option. Now this one's by JK, I think. I don't know if this goods factory one is, but this, the gas plant, is. Now this one's really nice. This one I thought was really good, especially for earlier playthroughs, like in 1850, the 1900s, where coal was taken and turned into fuel. So it could be coke, or it could just be heating raw coal to burn in a fireplace in your house or an industry. That's what they used for heat, burning things, wood, coal, etc. So this is a really nice asset, and the buildings look properly old. This tank looks old. They're all sort of rusty and beaten up. This would be a very crude old tank. Not crude oil, just a crude one that would have been built back in the sort of 1800s. So yeah, it's this is a really good mod. Now I'm pretty sure there are more, but we'll have to go and scope it out. So that's the ones that are available in 1850. Let's try the 1900s. Okay, so we've got some new vehicles. That's magical. Any new industries? The same. The chemical plant. Anything at the beginning? No. Now I'm pretty sure this gas station, that's the gas station we've got, right? But there is another gas station. Yeah. So this gas station here, right, is different from this gas station, which is a different mod. It's basically the same mod, except from this one has Adenol written on it. I did not know that. But we'll see, we'll keep going, because I do believe other industries appear. So let's go to the 1950s. There we go. Some new mods just popped up. Has this gas station changed? Nope, it's still the same. Okay. We've got the circus field, which is still the same. Our oil rigs, our trading post. Now, we've got the Battersea Power Station, which is really cool. This is going to be a great addition to the London map once I fully sort of flesh it out. So here we go, coal, and it produces power, but obviously there's no power simulated in it, but there are things like power lines and stuff. and sort of electrical generators, switches, power transformers. They're all those type of mods in the workshop or in transportfever.net. You just have to hunt them down. So you could have literal power lines coming out if you were being sort of that way inclined, sort of creatively. But yeah, this is really cool. Now configure, it only has one configuration. That's fine. Accepts coal, will give you money in return. Next on the list, right, the hotels and the dam again. Okay. Anything else? No. Right, back to the hotels. Right, so the hotels, right, they have two different stages. So this is a construction site for a hotel for the Austrian holidaymakers. Now there it is. Now if you supply this foundation here with these goods, you eventually will get that, the finished product. Again, it still accepts the same goods. Probably basic things to keep a hotel running. It's a really nice model, as you can see. This slide is pretty big. And then onto this one. So this is for Switzerland. Again, ooh, no, 1. So this one doesn't have the foundation. 1 and 2. In fact, are they the same? Let's just build them. So we'll build 1 there. That's a 2. And that is a 1. Okay, so yeah. So there's... Yeah, so the pool hasn't been built. Is that the difference here? Yeah, and there's no stuff outside. Okay, so they each have their own little differences. Okay, on to the next one. A construction site for holiday homes for Germany. So we'll want a 1. Again, it's got the foundations at the back there for the pool. You feed it with goods and it should upgrade to this right here. The Renaissance Hotel. Nice pool. Yep, this looks better. No diving boards for this one. Oh well. And we've got the dam, which we've already seen. Okay, right, on to the next, which is the year 2000. In fact, I think we should just go to 2020. Close that, open that again. Let's have a look. Freestyle Industry, blah blah blah. Blah, blah. Everything is the same. Has this changed to the mine oil and gas station? No, it stayed the same. So as you can see here, assets, paint tools, blah 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 blah. Assets, right? Not that. Not that either. Here's the monuments. Yeah, gas station. Ooh. I need to select one of those. Yeah, this is an asset that I found. That looks really cool. And there's obviously these different ones to have for it. But that's not the one I'm currently at. This one. Yeah, so this is the add and all. And that's just an asset, right? I can't send anything to there. Go away. No. It's just an asset. Okay. So it looks like these. So if you download the scenario mod pack. Now actually, there was a palace industry, and I was wondering if the palace came with a different set. It did. So it looks like our monuments. I just want to check the monuments. Small goods shed, yep. There we go, gas station. Station for East Germany. Okay. Where are... That's the, yeah, the monuments. So we've got the mosque. But does that accept anything? Configure? Ooh, it zoomed in. No, I don't think it accepts passengers or anything. I think they're literally just assets. Temple, oh yeah, and you can sort of build up your own little Cambodian temple if you wanted. The mosque and tents. Tent 1. Don't know why there's tents. Slightly confused. The training center. I don't think that accepts anything either. Mosque Plain. Okay, so that's all they are. Nothing can be delivered to them, that's fine. You need to check because sometimes assets can have... Sometimes the modders label them. Some of them say directly that this is just an asset, some of them don't. Right, so here is our industries. Now take note of all the stuff that these buildings require, especially this one for wood. Because we're going to do something and it is going to change rapidly. So, here we are, back once more. Now what I've actually done is added EO's Senseless Industries to the game, which is a humongous mod pack that's got tons and tons of diverse industries it adds to the game. But a few things have changed. As you can see, goods have now been changed to this microwave. Yay. This, the circus that I placed before installing the mod, accepts wood. If I want to install it, if I want to add the circus again, here it now has a picture, before it just had a blue square, and this one now accepts people. So place that there. Oh, this one accepts bread. That's weird. It's supposed to accept people. The circus comes to town, people are curious, people want to see the lions and acrobats, the clowns, as long as people have access, of course. Don't forget to feed the animals or the circus might leave town. Okay, so yeah, you have to feed them. I think you can bring passengers, and so it works as like a people magnet, and it now accepts bread and nut logs, which was a weird thing in the first place. So yeah, before you was senseless, it would have accepted logs. From 1850 to the end of time, adding the mod, it now accepts bread and people. So that's one thing to watch out for. As you can see, our goods types have changed. So as you can see, construction materials are now wooden planks and bricks, and it's the same here. So these two hotels have remained the same, have they? No. They all want the same thing. They all want... Yeah. It's just because the microwave symbol has changed. Also, the microwave symbol has changed here. Yeah, they've all changed. Yeah, construction materials gone there. Now here's our standard industries that we placed. Now, where is it? So yeah, okay, so we've now got stone will now produce construction materials, which is nice. And we've got grain here. However, if we go into this, right, type in construction materials, right, the new one, this one here, the construction materials plant, needs a whole load of stuff. So this needs stone, bricks and planks in order to make construction materials. And as you can see, when I search for it, the standard one, so this is modern construction materials. I'll go over this entire pack. This will be the last episode of this little series, this entire pack. But yeah, the standard in-game stone for combats has disappeared. This one here only exists because I placed it before installing the mod. It changed the icons. Its rule remained the same, stone for combats, but I can no longer buy it, and it doesn't matter which time I go to. You could go back to 1850. The rule is always the same for this industry. So yeah, you need to be careful. So adding other mods does change up the rules of some of the other industries. Now you might have a circus that you've placed. You might add a Senseless Industries or another industry mod pack. the rule might change. You'll have a truck or something bringing logs out here, and then for some reason it just stops working. And you're like, why? Why is this not working? It's because it's changed. The rule has changed of what the industry or the commercial building actually accepts. So you need to be careful. As well, another standard industry that had bit the dust was this. So the farm. So if we go to farm, there we go. So a standard farm, right, does not exist anymore. You can't get just a farm that produces grain. It's gone. There is no farm. Now this one accepts fertilizer in order to make crops. This one is a livestock farm. Now if we go back to 1850, that will change again, right? So we're at 1850. We go into here. Whoops, daisy. And at the gas station and the dam, all these things are still the same. Let's type on farm. Right, now in 1850 you get the flax farm, which produces what? I think it just produces flax, right? Yeah, it produces flax or fiber. Okay, remove that and then go here, type in farm again. There we go. So now instead of this, we've got the rural farm. So this is a rural farm, same asset, but it now produces a multiple of things. So it will either produce 3 grain, 2 cows, 2 milk, or 2 wool. And that is what this will output. It's a sort of all-in-one farm that does everything. I suppose it could, because there's some sheep there for wool. Horses, can't really do anything with horses except from ride them. Cows, and then you could have grain. There's grain there. So that's the 4 things. But the standard farm that just produces grain has gone. Also, this, I'm pretty sure the food processing plant has also bit the dust. Yeah, so standard grain to make food now becomes an early food processing plant that takes grain, dairy, meat and fish are processed ready to be delivered as general food. So yeah, that takes 4 things, but I'm pretty sure the rule for this is this food processing plant will take any one of these. You don't have to have all 4 at the same time and it should make food. But yeah, grain into bread, no, that's gone. That's disappeared from existence now because that mod has replaced it. And this is why I was so confused while looking for stuff. And the whole reason I'm doing this series is because when I was doing the London build for the next episode of Around the World in Time, I was looking for a standard grain farm that was just going to plop down and sort of the edge and build some fields around it, and I couldn't find this. Doesn't matter which period in time I went to, I couldn't find it. And it's because the EO Senseless Industry changes quite a lot of things. A lot of standard in-game industries. I've got other industrial mod packs installed as well, and it sort of cripples some of them quite significantly, but we'll get to that later. So that is something you need to look out for. Another thing as well, if we go back to 2020, so 2020, thank you. We go to the industries, right? That's the dam. As you can see, the hotels are missing, but they're not. They've been moved to the back here, right? So here's our hotels again, but these are obviously part of the EO's Senseless Industry mod. Again, they have the same foundations. So this one here should be the first one, and it's named the Prancing Pony, but as you can see, the picture is the same. This is the second one, the Banner Mare, and this is the Friendly Arm, which is that one. No, this one's different. This one is different, right? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, this is a different one altogether. Or is it? No. There is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I think this one is possibly the Renaissance. Maybe. It's definitely not that one. Let's just build them all and see what they look like. Yeah, I think they're all different. So you are that one. This one here is that one, without shadow of a doubt. This one here is that one, and this one here is that one there. But it is slightly different. No, it's not. That one's that one. This one is this one. Yeah, it's slightly different, as you can see. But yeah, so the standard 3 hotels we had also changed. Visually, slightly. Definitely these two are visually different. But yeah, it's another thing that confused me. Because before adding the Yale Senseless Industry mod, they were right at the front and they were just blue squares like this. And as you can see, because I've placed these after the fact, so these accept a multitude of things, but these ones will now accept goods, and then they will produce rubbish. And there you have it. Madness. So we'll go back to our other map. Okay, here we are, back with our industries in action. As you can see, the buoy under here, or the buoy, underneath the oil rig is accepting oil from the oil rig. This Zero Asta is going back and shipping it to here, where I have a electrical input only. So this will take crude oil in and it'll give you money. There we go. It's making money. It works just fine. Picking up 90. There is, don't know how many is waiting there. 4, 5. So it picked up quite a few. So it's got a short route to go. But this racks up stuff really fast. And you can actually configure its yearly production demand. So there you go. You can add that up. Now over here we've got a standard coal mine. We've got a truck picking up coal over here. It is going over to the gas works here, delivering the coal. There you go, the coal is being stockpiled in there, as you can see. And we've got a truck picking up fuel from here that this is creating and taking it over to our gas station over here. So that's got production 53. Even our standalone industry here is also taking half of what is there. So that works. Both of them work just fine. There you can see one of the Freestyle Industry mods working with an asset on top. It works really well, actually. Another one, coal going directly to the Battersea power plant. There you go. Production is at 100 of 100, so it is going as fast as it possibly can. Easy one to set up. That it's pretty cool. It's rather smoky, so you need to be careful. The pig is there as well. The Battersea flying pig. There it is. Right, we have the circus. So the circus again is taking about 60 logs, so just coming straight from a logging. This is picking up logs, dropping it off there. The truck is making money. Hello truck. Oh, it's down. It is down on the cash monies, but that's okay. Next one, our goods conglomerate. Now this just produces the 6 end products. As you can see, we have 3 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them running here. Now these 5 products are all being picked up and being moved over to here to a hotel. Now from what I can surmise, I planted this at level 1. Now when it has 1 of everything in stock, it does a production. Once it gets halfway up, it will level up, and then you need to keep adding these to keep it going at level 2. If it dips below, it goes back to this foundation. So if you are building the hotel and you're not building it as an asset, you want to build it as an actual functional building, be wary that you need to keep it topped up or it's going to go down and it's going to go back down to this weird foundation here. Again, if one industry stops and the rest of these stored sort of rack up, then yeah, you're going to have problems again. So we'll try and come back to that when it's a bit more done. It looks like they're going slow. I added the Studebaker to this and it's quite slow actually. I had to add a few of them to keep steel going because all this was arriving but none of the other stuff was. So that will rack up in its own time. And that's how the goods conglomerate works. Now it doesn't make steel, but there's a little Freestyle Industry here that I've made and that ships steel. So there we go. Now the trading posts. Here we have 4 trading posts. Each one is doing an output. This works just like the Freestyle Industry mod as well. So go into here, configure, select what you want it to do. 1 in, 1 out, or 1 in for cash, or 1 out just for free. And a warehouse, you can actually bring stuff here and it will literally store goods if you want it. So those 4 are churning out stuff. Here there are 4 trucks in here, Peterbilts, that are rolling back and forth to the dam. As you can see, it's at level 70 something, 75 of 250. So that continuously goes, and then it will level up to level 2, 3, 4, etc. And that is it. So that is all of our mods. Now, I actually do want to see if this is going to level up. I think it's going to take a while, so we'll come back when it's done. So, we're back. The hotel finally leveled up. Now, this was extremely difficult. You need a lot of trucks hauling a lot of stuff, and I had to split the lines up because having them all going here was a literal disaster. We were struggling to get machines until I placed it over at this side, and then it was good. And then it finally leveled up. But it keeps threatening to come back down and go below level 1. So I'm struggling to keep this at level 2. But it did level up as was expected. The dam has just literally leveled up as well. Literally 2 seconds ago, this bit didn't exist. Again, I had to split the lines up. It was really struggling to jump to level 2. So that was not as fun. But yeah, everything is working. It does actually work. It will level up if you can supply it with enough stuff. Probably large trains coming in here, and quite a few of them with a lot of goods, maybe even supplemented by trucks, will get these to level up faster. As you can see, they're just not coping with the 500 production needed. Consumption is 400, but we can't keep that steady. Something is always sort of losing out. Same with the hotel. Now it's looking good again. It looks like it's going to go all the way up. But eventually these will run down and it'll be no bueno. As you can see, goods is below 400. So yeah. But that's going to be it. That's how the standalone industries that I have in the AWT series are going to work. They should work. They're going to work spectacularly, and it's going to be awesome using them. Again, they don't really interfere with any of the standard industries or any other of the industry mods. They only get affected by sort of other mod packs that we will investigate in a later video, in the next video. If we go to Irving as well, again, there's nothing that these add, so they don't add any extra goods. It's just the standard, nothing for residential. Now the next pack we're going to do is a transportfever.net pack. It is the DPR Industries. They are kind of cool. They are very cool, in fact, so we'll get to use them and we'll see how they work. That'll be a shorter video because it's not that big of a pack. But yeah, so that's how the standalone industries work. They should work totally fine. There should be no issues. They shouldn't interfere with anything. I think it's only Yeo's Senseless Industries mod that sort of interferes with a few industries, but there might be others, so we'll keep checking. But that's been it for this episode. As always, if you did watch this and you would like to leave a like, comment or dislike, please feel free to do so. And if there is more you would like to see in the future, then hit the subscribe button. But I've been Danny Min. This has been Transport Fever 2. And I will catch you later.